Greetings, everybody. LVW coming with another update for my Charcoal-O-Matic. This version 3.0 that's now functional in 1.13. Now that Mojang has fixed the comparator issue with registering container values, I was able to come up with an update so that it functions with the new snapshots and, of course, Minecraft 1.13. As you can tell, it's making the charcoal, and we have charcoal in our machine. Okay, there's two ways of building this. The big difference now between this and previous versions now is the footprint is not as larger than it's been in the past. It's now 3 by 5. All right. There's two different ways we can go about building this. The only difference is where you start with the machine. All right. So in the first one, we're going to start putting the droppers here. We're going to put 2 droppers on top of each other. So 1, 2. And on top of that dropper, we're going to go with a double chest. So here, excuse me, I'm sorry. And then bring it out to here. So you have the dropper, and the 2 chests. Now from here, you're going to take a hopper, put it into the bottom dropper, and face another hopper into that hopper with a furnace on top of this one. And then from here, you're going to face a hopper into the furnace out of the bottom of this chest, which creates your charcoal chain. All right. Both machines are built the same way. It's just the placement is different. This one is dropper, chest, hopper, furnace, hopper. Okay. Now this is where they differ slightly. On this model, we're going to go out of this bottom dropper here. We're going to register the value out of the dropper instead of the hopper. That's because if there's additional items in here, the system will allow it to go into the chest area. So we're going to register out of here. So we're going to put a compare down here. So it takes that there's a value. In other words, there's an item inside this dropper, items inside this dropper, and say, okay, look, I got a signal. I'm going to shut out some power. From there, we're going to set down a repeater, put it on 2 ticks to increase the power out of this comparator. All right. Next, we're going to take a solid block, put it next to the bottom dropper there. Take another solid block, put it next to the second dropper here. That's just above the comparator. Then you're going to take a half slab and put it on the top half of the block next to that one, just like so. Then we're going to take our redstone dust, put a dot there, here, and here, which sets up the looping mechanism. As long as there's the value in that dropper, it'll loop this power through. And then we're going to put a dust here, and then here on the slab, and of course here. And that's it. That's the whole machine right there. Okay. So let's get it powered up. Let's put in our fuel source, and let's put in our wood to smelt. And as you can see, we've already burnt one. Smelting one coming up right now. There, it just made it, and it just came and went through the system. Notice, no clicking noises. It is still silent. So if we come back here and watch it, there it goes. It just went through the system. So there's now a piece of charcoal in this hopper. And we'll let it go for another one. There it goes, and there it is. All right. So now to build this one, all you're doing is it's just a matter of preference of how you want the redstone to come out or look. So we're going to come still out of the bottom dropper, put the comparator down there, the repeater out of that, set on the 2-tick delay. All right. Then you're going to take your solid block there, solid block here. Oops. But instead of doing the half slab, you can actually use a full solid block here. And then we're going to take our redstone dust, bring it around, do that chain, bring it up here so we can power the bottom dropper, bring it around so we can power the second dropper. And it does the same thing, it's just the redstone is set up differently. Let's get it fueling. And we'll watch it just show that it does, of course, work. And there it goes. Okay, now the difference with this one is that piece is in the top dropper. That's the only time you'll hear that click. Second piece went through. There it is. Now in this design, there will always be one piece in this dropper. All right. Now, the third piece was made and it went into this hopper. The reason this piece stays in here is because when the signal comes around, it actually locks this system, so that keeps that piece from actually coming out because of the power source. It's similar to what happens in the sorting system. When you have the sorting system, you have your 41 here, and then this hopper actually has one extra piece in here. It's just part of the locking mechanism. That's all it is. All right, so this whole system is now functional, and it's still silent. It is producing charcoal. The only time you hear the click is that first and only time. Okay, so we keep making our charcoal. Keep making our charcoal. Now, I did make one using the observer block. The footprint remains the same. Let's change the day here. It's the same footprint, 3 by 5. The only difference is on top of here we put an observer block, and that's it. I don't particularly like this one, and Ollie will show you why. We're not going to actually make the fuel. I'll just, like we made charcoal, it's going to go into the system. Okay, and the fuel goes into the furnace like it's supposed to. The difference is it clicks. This setup here causes the clicking noise to appear. So I personally prefer one of these two designs because there's no clicking. It's silent. All right. So here it is, guys. Charcoal-O-Matic 3.0 for Minecraft 1.13 is here. It's out and it's working. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for supporting me. You all take care now. Bye.